Oh, have we started?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear the beep. I was meditating. Dog timeout. Pardon that.
Hello and welcome to this ridiculous show that I just made up. In this episode, Mrs. Jax will attempt to choose a new vehicle. I will see how well I know her, and we'll probably end up arguing over this entirely hypothetical situation. So stay tuned. Here's the premise. Mrs. Jax has been driving her trusty 2012 Suburban. It is an LT model, and we picked it up for, are you sitting down, $29,900 back in 2012.
What?
I know, that's like unbelievable. That came with a GM certified used car warranty. Admittedly, it was after we traded in our old Chevy Trailblazer, but still, that's unfathomable in today's market. And Mrs. Jax loves her trusty Suburban. I'll let her explain.
I liked the space. Like, we don't necessarily use it as much now, but when the kids were younger, it was nice to like throw bikes in the back, throw all of our luggage in the back, and, you know, like not worry about like beach toys and all that kind of crap. It's very reliable. Knock on wood, I've had really no issues with it other than basic maintenance. So
Was it
that's
175,000 miles then?
No, it's like don't age her. 166, I believe.
Oh.
I really like the ride. She rides well. I like being up high. It's comfortable. And you know, at this point, we're like bonded. I'm looking at her out the window. We're like bonded.
But you're ready to replace her.
I wouldn't say that. I'd be happy to keep her as well and just like get her a new friend.
But with Ella driving now, we got her a 2019 Toyota RAV4, in case you're wondering what automotive reviewers spend their hard-earned money on. It might be time to replace the gigantic Suburban with something a little more reasonable. We've always owned sort of utilitarian vehicles, nothing too fancy, usually practical, and we drive them for long periods of time until they are paid off. But Mrs. Jax would really like something that's a little bit nicer. With that in mind, we were thinking that 2023 might be the perfect year to replace the old Suburban. And as someone who's fortunate enough to drive a lot of vehicles, we're kind of spoiled for choice. And the question is, what do we replace it with? So first things first is, are any of the vehicles that I've had the privilege of driving, do any of them stick out in Mrs. Jax's mind?
Okay, well, you have had like 8.3 million cars
It's over 9,000!
in the driveway.
Not quite, but this channel would be way better.
I mean, a lot. So that's kind of a hard question for me, but I really liked the Kia Telluride.
Always talk about that.
I really like the Bronco, and I like the Expedition, specifically King Ranch, the King Ranch Expedition.
Yes, you're a big fan of that one.
Yeah, man, those seats were,
Okay, I think there's only one way to solve this. We have to have a bracket. And because we love nothing more than testing our marriage, let's make a game out of it. I've come up with 10 vehicles that I think would be viable options. Watch us like not get any of them. And I'm gonna have her pick between 2 at a time. And for fun, I'm gonna see how accurately I can predict what she picks. We'll keep going until we have an eventual winner, or until we get divorced. Both options are equally likely. So let's begin with round 1. To make this simple, I used manufacturer press pictures of the exterior and the interior because Mrs. Jax loves a good interior. And since it's going to be her vehicle, and we're trying to get something a little bit nicer, I wanted her to get a good sense of what it was like. Okay, starting with the Bronco versus the Defender, I think Mrs. Jax is gonna go Bronco here. I freaking love the Defender when I had it to test, but Mrs. Jax really likes the Bronco, and I think that Everglades trim is just too cool to ignore. That's my pick.
yeah,
I remember the
Bronco
first
Everglades versus Defender 110.
All right, which one do you like more?
God, I had to be this fast. Bronco. But have you had the Defender?
Yeah, that was that white one we had.
Oh, I don't think I drove in it, did I?
Yeah, we
I did?
rode all around in the holidays.
Well, then I don't remember it, so I'm gonna go Bronco.
Clearly.
But I like the Bronco. I
Yeah.
can choose what I want to choose. This is my game.
Oh, Okay, Mazda CX-90 versus Kia Telluride. I think the CX-90 is going to be gangbusters, but I think Mrs. Jax is going to go with the Kia Telluride. That was one of the first cars we ever tested on this channel, and she adored it. She still talks about it sometimes, so I'm going with Telluride.
Mazda CX-90 versus Telluride. Telluride. I don't
The
even
CX-90
need
is
to
like
look at the
literally
pictures.
one of the most hotly anticipated SUVs.
Telluride. I don't like the way the outside looks as much. Telluride, 100%. Could have told you that. Next.
Ooh, this one is tough. So between the Yukon AT4, or Chevy Tahoe a twin, and the Sequoia TRD Pro. Now, I've had the Sequoia TRD Pro. I got to test it at Destination Outdoor, and it's one of the toughest trucks out there. But I think here she sticks with what she knows. I think she picks the Yukon AT4.
Next one.
Yukon AT4 versus Sequoia TRD Pro. We've had both of these?
You have not had the Sequoia.
Come on, Toyota. Give me a Sequoia. I mean, the inside looks pretty fancy. I kind of like the inside of the Toyota, but I like the outside of the Yukon. Do I have to choose?
Yes, you have to choose. This is for a potential new car.
I do like a good GMC. I'm going to go Yukon.
That's what I thought you would pick.
Have you already?
I've already filmed that.
Oh.
More editing movie magic.
Okay, I threw this one in as a bit of a wild card because I had the Lexus GX at Destination Outdoor, and I was blown away by how much I love that thing. It is a true old school SUV, but the Ford Expedition is one of her favorite cars that we've ever had in the driveway. She adored the King Ranch version of that. I think she picks the Expedition.
Expedition Timberline versus Lexus GX 460.
Yeah, I know you love the King Ranch, but I was trying to keep the prices sort of similar here, and the King Ranch is way more expensive.
I don't see a problem with that. So this is not the King Ranch, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay, so I don't want it.
It's
I'm
the
gonna
more
go,
trucky off-road one.
which I like, but I want the King Ranch. It's King Ranch or nothing. for
King
me.
Ranch or nothing when it comes
King
to
Ranch or
Expedition.
bust, yes. So I'm going Lexus. I like the inside.
Oh, okay. That's a surprise. Okay, Lexus GX
surprising
takes the
gal.
win there. Well, I was trying to pick things that we could maybe actually someday afford.
You don't know. We can never afford a Lexus GX 460.
No, we can never afford a King Ranch.
Okay, but that is my dream.
Well, you better start your own YouTube channel.
Probably do better than yours.
Probably will. This one's not doing
Toe
very
Cooper.
good.
All right.
Maybe we should just feature dogs.
Aw, it's your buddy, Toe Cooper. All right, next.
Okay, this is just me being selfish because I really like both of these SUVs. So if I had to pick, I think she picks the Forerunner, but I honestly don't know. I'm gonna go Forerunner here.
The Forerunner TRD Pro versus the Genesis. He wants to be in the film.
I know.
The Genesis GV70.
This is sort of a wild card.
I was gonna say I don't really know what any of these cars are, but I don't like the way the Genesis looks, so I'm gonna go Forerunner.
Wow, okay, all right.
And it's real trucky, you know I love that.
Yes, well, I adore the Forerunner, so I would happily get a Forerunner.
All right, that brings us to the Bronco versus the Yukon AT4. And this is a really tough one because we have a Suburban, which is very much like a Yukon, and Mrs. Jax loves that Suburban, but I think her sense of fun might win out here. I think she might go with the Bronco.
You're a switch.
It's literally a PowerPoint.
You're literally a PowerPoint.
You're a teacher. It's a PowerPoint.
You're a power. I don't do PowerPoints. All right. And I had to put my hair up to deal with the stress. Okay. Yukon AT4 versus the Ford Bronco.
Ford Bronco over the Yukon or Tahoe?
I mean,
I thought this would require more deliberation.
well, I love the way, I do like the way now you're making me second guess my choices in life. Why did you put these?
Because it's supposed to be hard. That's the point.
Is the next one going to be hard too?
Yes.
I don't think so, because I think these are my two favorites.
Well, the spoiler
So I think
alert, we
we're-
should just stop the video.
Eliminating. Okay, if we're talking, what is the most, what's the word I'm looking for?
Practical?
Practical, thank you. I would go with the Yukon. If we're looking for like fun and sporty and like,
We're looking for the one that you want, that we
I
would
don't-
actually consider buying.
I would buy both. Do we have the money?
No, we're not. I mean, we don't have the money to have the
I would
cars
buy
we have
both.
now.
My car's paid off.
Exactly. We still don't have the money.
Yukon.
Over the Bronco?
Okay, that's what you said the first time, and then it made. I'm questioning everything. The Yukon seems more practical. The Ford Bronco seems more fun and sporty, and like I'm doing something crazy and fun. Which one do you want, Cooper?
What says you? Which one would Cooper look the best
which one do
in?
you want? All right, I said Ford Bronco. I'm gonna go with my gut.
All right, always go with your first choice. That's
Can I help
teacher
you,
testing
sir?
advice right there.
Sir.
All right, now Kia Telluride versus Lexus GX. Personally, man, I really like that Lexus GX, and I kind of wish she would pick the Lexus GX, but I'm afraid that she's gonna pick the Telluride. I think the Telluride reigns supreme. I'm not sure she's gonna pick anything over the Telluride, to be honest with you.
All right.
All right, click on the next one.
Telluride.
Okay, well that was...
It's the Kia Telluride versus the Lexus GS 460. I'm assuming the Lexus, is probably more expensive and more like of a luxury vehicle. Yes.
Yes.
But I just love the Telluride. I think it looks so good.
A few moments later.
Oh, have we started?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear the beep. I was meditating. Dog timeout. Pardon that. I like that. It's also, I saw the other day this like sandy. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a sandy
Oh, this is news to me.
gray, like a desert. I don't know. It looks so cool. You don't really like lighter colors, but it like
I was
looks.
gonna say, you're usually a
It
dark
looks
gray or black.
so cool, and I was like, I might actually like it in that color. So
Okay.
I don't know. Do some research. Find out what that color is.
All right.
Like an
You heard
army
it.
gray,
You heard it
khaki-ish.
here.
I don't know. Sounds ugly, but it was like.
All
Like
right.
dark wheels. Oh, it was awesome. Okay, next. Is that it?
Now, does the Toyota Forerunner rate as a possible wild card in this situation?
No.
Okay. So Forerunners out.
Yes. I have spoken.
Nope. Oh, okay. No, it does not.
All
stand
right.
with my
Then let's
choices.
go to the final round. Ford Bronco versus Kia Telluride.
And that brings us to the grand finale. The grand finale, which is the Ford Bronco versus the Kia Telluride. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm going to say Bronco, but I think I'm biased because I like the Bronco more. I'm going with Bronco.
It says Bronco versus Kia. Oh, that is what it is. I'm sorry. Okay, I've been all damn tired. Okay. Bronco Everglades, pardon me, versus the Kia Telluride. Now I kind of want the Tahoe, the Yukon. Can that be the wild card? Can I have one of each, and then I get to drive them for like a day, or 2 days, depending on what my mood is. Get a different color.
So looking at the Bronco versus the Telluride makes you want to go back to the Yukon?
Yes, because I really, okay, I just, let me go back. Oh, it's good looking. I changed my mind. Yukon.
Wow, and a stunning upset of not what I expected. The Yukon AT4 takes it.
I have a love of GMC vehicles. The inside is, does it come in, no, not, what is the seats I like? It's the wrong car. The
You were
wheel.
thinking of the Expedition.
Yeah,
Wow.
what is it called? The King Ranch
Ranch.
seats. The seats look awesome. The console looks awesome. It's just chef's kiss. Yukon AT4 for the win. Do I get to buy one now?
Only if the channel grows. You
Come on,
better
guys, like,
and
subscribe, ring the bell.
All right, in an absolutely stunning upset, she ditched both the Telluride and the Bronco and went with the Yukon AT4, and I can't say that I'm all that surprised. She has loved and cherished this 2012 Suburban since we got it. She absolutely loves it. She loves trucks. She loves the size of the Suburban, but wanted to downgrade slightly to something a little bit smaller. I thought maybe we'd end up with a Bronco, but no, in a stunning turn of events, we are possibly ending up with a Yukon AT4 or a Chevy Tahoe Z71. All right, guys. Well, I hope you found that somewhat useful. If you are possibly car shopping with your wife and you're looking for well, I thought it was going to be a midsize SUV, but you're looking for quite a large SUV. Why am I having so much trouble speaking during this video? Assuming you're still around, I hope you consider liking. I hope you consider subscribing. And until next time, drive safe, and we'll see you in the next extremely consumer-focused review or game show.
No, it'll be like on the screen.
Like magic?
Yes.
Like
magic.
here
It's
or
like
here?
Moving magic. No, covering the whole screen.
What about me?
It'll cut back to you. It's part of it. It's called editing.
Yeah, I don't understand editing.
All right. So.
Okay.
What do you see? Bronco versus Defender.
How did you remember that?